Hello everybody, today is Tuesday, March 24th. It's our 7th day of being at home for school. And I would just like to remind you that at the end of the video yesterday, I mentioned that I had found Nutella and Nickels. Well, I've added them to my N list. And I'm looking forward to getting an email from you about things you found at home that begin with the letter N. And I was thinking I might be able to include another item on my N list before we begin our day. Because everyone has one of these, I thought I would include your nose. Nose begins with the letter N. If you're going to send me an email with your list, because I can't have comments on my YouTube videos because the videos are for kids, please make sure that you send your videos to your comments to dddisney2@yahoo.com. Now let's get started with our day. Every day we practice writing our letter of the day, and today is the letter N. So I'm going to start at my smiley face, do my capital N, go straight down, lift my pen or pencil, go back up to where I started, go across, don't lift, go straight up. So one more time, that's straight down, lift, go across, and straight up. Try and do a couple really nice capital N's, just the way you're supposed to. And when you've got a full row of N's, have your mom circle what she thinks is the best. Have you circle what you think is the best. Try and make sure your N's make it to the lines. You don't want them floating up in the air like this, and try to make sure that they go all the way down so you don't have one line down and the other line up in the air. Really try your hardest to get them all the way down, up and down from the top to the bottom. Lowercase N's, we're going to start at the halfway point. Here's my happy face. Go down, do not lift your pen or pencil. Go back up like you're diving off a board and straight down. Halfway down, go up like you're diving off a diving board and straight down. Do a whole row of beautiful lowercase N's, and once again, you circle what you think is your best, and have mom, older brother, older sister, whoever's helping you out at home, circle what they think is the best. So a whole row each. And then if you really want to try something different, you can try writing a simple word. This is a word, probably one of the first words you ever said. We're going to have you write the word no. That's a simple word. You can change that simple word from no to not by just adding a T. You can change that simple word from not to note by adding the E we had last week. No, not, note. Just adding extra letters onto the end of our word. So give that a try. And the other thing I want to do today is kind of the fun thing. I'm going to take my capital N, and moms and dads, I already wrote this just for speed's sake. You may want to do this. And I have mine completely colored in yellow so you can see the original letter. You don't need to do that. But we're going to see if I can draw a picture using my letter N. Let me stare at it for a minute. Oh, I think I see a pointy ear here and a pointy ear here. And when I connect the two, in the middle, I see a dog. My N turned into a dog. I'm going to give him some eyebrows, and maybe you can see the sides of his ears. So when I color this in, he's going to be sitting down so you can see him. Oh, my dogs must like this. They're barking. So you can see him sitting down, and I'll even give him a little stubby tail. So my capital N, I turned into a dog. I look forward to seeing what you turned yours into. Now my lowercase n, this is in honor of my husband. I see this one right away. I'm going to draw a line at the bottom and a line way far back and another one going way far back. 3 lines here, and I have a post. If you haven't seen what this is yet, you will soon. This is a mailbox. I'm going to put a handle on it so I can open it up. And I'm going to put M-A-I-L in the picture and B-O-X. That spells mailbox. Now mailboxes have a little flag. Usually the flag is red, so I think today I will color my flag red. And that lets the mailman know, if it's flying up in the air, that you have mail you want to send out. And if it's down, I think the dogs are upset that I'm not coloring in the picture of the dog. Well, I can't guarantee the dogs won't come back and keep barking, but we'll just keep working. My mailbox is on a piece of wood or a post, so I'm going to color that in. And let's see, I'm going to make my mailbox a nice orange color. Remember guys, try your hardest not to scribble scrabble. That's why we practice coloring every day, because it really does help us with how we hold our crayons, pens, pencils, and it really does give us practice for writing when you're in kindergarten or your first grade or when you get older. So try to draw at least one really cool picture every day. I'd love to see them, by the way. Your parents can take pictures of them and send them to my email address. I'd love to see them. Your teachers would love to see them too. So don't forget to send them pictures if you made a really nice picture. So here's my lowercase n as a mailbox. And I'll spend some more time on it later, but here's my capital N as a dog. This is the quiet dog in my family. That's it for the letter of the day. So yesterday we read about the 3 little wolves and the big bad pig, which was totally mixed up from our usual story. Today we have Alaska's 3 Pigs by Arlene Laverty, illustrated by Mindy Dwyer. Once upon a time in the wilds of Alaska there were 3 little pigs. Now these 3 little pigs had traveled a long way to build homesteads in Alaska's bush. They each wanted to find a piece of land on which to live and grow big cabbages. They arrived on the frontier in summer during the bright, warm days of the midnight sun, when the sun seems to shine all through the night. "It's too nice and sunny to work," said the first little pig. "Let's go camping instead." "Good idea," said the second little pig. "I'll pack marshmallows that we can toast." "And I'll bring my fishing rod to catch salmon in the rivers," said the third little pig. So the 3 little pigs spent the long days of summer hiking, camping, and fishing. But soon the first autumn frost came and the sun no longer stayed out all day and into the night. The third little pig said to his brothers, "We've had a good time, but now we must find land and build our homes before winter comes." The pigs put on their heavy coats made of fur, down, and wool and started out across the frosty frontier. When the pigs had traveled some distance, the first pig said, "I'm tired, and I've walked far enough. I'll stop here in this grove of spruce trees." So he said goodbye to his brothers, and they continued on their way. The first little pig looked around and spied an old trapper's cabin among the trees. There were chinks in the walls, and the roof was moldy, and the stove was dented. "Well," thought the pig, "it's not very pretty or clean, but it's better than having to build my own cabin." So he dropped his bag inside, grabbed his snowboard, and headed up to Mount McKinley. The other 2 pigs soon stopped to rest as an early snow began to fall. The second little pig decided he had traveled far enough and declared, "I'm going to build my house right here on the wide open tundra." So he said goodbye to his brother, who continued on his way. As the second little pig stood in his homestead, he felt big, fat snowflakes landing on his snout. Thought the little pig, "It's snowing harder and I don't want to get stuck up without a roof over my head." The little pig cut down some small willows growing alongside a nearby river. He loosely braided the branches to make walls and patched together grass and moss for a roof. After a short time, the little pig finished his house. "Done!" he cried, and he grabbed his skis and went to join his brother. The third pig was a smart little pig. He wanted a strong house before the full force of winter came to Alaska. In winter, he knew it would be dark most of the time, and he wanted to be protected from the bitter cold and from hungry wild animals. As he walked along, the third little pig suddenly felt a cool mountain wind blow down from a glacier. "Aha!" he cried. He took a shovel, a pickaxe, and a sled up into the foothills and carved out block after block of glacier ice. It was hard work. He had to load the blocks onto his sled and haul them back to his homestead site. It took several trips and many long hours before the little pig had enough blocks to begin building his igloo. He carefully stacked the blocks one on top of the other and filled in all the cracks with snow. Then he poured water over the walls so they would freeze solid. When he finished, he had a strong, safe house made of ice. Now the third little pig loved outdoors as much as his brothers did, but before he went out to play, he wanted to get ready for the cold night ahead. He gathered wood to build a fire, then he shoveled snow into a big barrel to melt for fresh drinking water. Finally, the little pig hooked some dogs to his sled and rode off to meet his brothers. The little pigs loved to play in the snow. Whoosh! The first pig made big turns on his snowboard. Yee-haw! The second little pig yelled joyfully as he followed on his skis. Bark, bark! The third little pig's dog team barked happily as they mushed all around them. But all this noisy fun woke up a grizzly bear who was hibernating in a nearby cave. The grizzly was not happy to be disturbed. He had been sleeping for several weeks and was very, very hungry. Grrr, the bear rumbled, and grrr, the bear's stomach rumbled, and the sound echoed out of the cave. The third little pig pulled his dog sled to a stop and listened. He said to his brothers, "It's getting very dark and cold now. I think we should go back to our safe new homes." No sooner than the first little pig latched the rusty lock on his cabin door than he heard a soft knock. Little pig, let me come in," said the hungry grizzly bear. Although the little pig was lazy, he was not stupid. He knew that if he opened the door, he would be the grizzly's dinner. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," answered the little pig. "And off, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," said the bear. Taking a deep breath, he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew on the little pig's cabin. Oh my, do you see the bear's eye there? Ooh! The rotten wood of the old cabin toppled under the bear's hot breath, leaving the first little pig shaking by his dented stove. But as the hungry bear swiped his big paw at the pig, his claw caught on an old tea kettle. He started banging his paw on the stove to get it off, and the first little pig quickly ran to the second little pig's house. But as soon as the brothers were safe behind the willow door, they heard a sharp rap. Little pigs, growled the grizzly. "I want to make my dinner, so let me come in." The two little pigs were trembling in the corner, and it wasn't from the cold. "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins," cried the pigs. "And off, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," grunted the grizzly bear. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed. He blew so hard that the small willows whirled around like a blizzard. In the confusion, the little pigs escaped and raced to the third pig's igloo. The three little pigs quickly shut the ice door. As soon as they did, they heard a loud pounding. Now it's time for us to write our letter of the day. Today I was figuring we're going to write to someone who's been working very hard while we've been at home. We're going to start our letter to Dear Doctor or Nurse. Ooh, there's a good N word. I'll have to add that to our list. Nurse. We're going to write them a little note to thank them for all the hard work they've been doing. Thank you for what you do to keep us healthy. I am washing my hands. I know I am. I hope you guys are too. And staying at home to stay healthy. I sing the ABC song. Turn off this door. Or Baby Shark. Sorry, I spelled baby wrong there. Or the Happy Birthday song. To remind me to wash my hands well. And that's all I'm going to put here. Don't forget to put love. This is the part you do. L-O-V-E and your name. Miss Mary for me. And now I have to draw a good picture. Now, I would normally say maybe draw a picture of a doctor or a nurse, but I'm liking this Baby Shark song, and I'm thinking a very hard-working doctor or nurse would love to see your picture of a baby shark. So I'm going to do a quick one. Ooh, that shark looks pretty happy. And some gills on the side. Let's see. And he's going to be singing doot 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 doot. So he's singing the Baby Shark song. And let's see, maybe I can show my hands too. So I'm going to go like this. And like this. And I'll put some water over them. So first I have to color my shark. I think this is gray. Oh, this is a perfect gray. Oh, my shark is going to look great in the water. No scribble scrabbling. You can always draw a picture of the doctor or the nurse, or you can draw a picture of the hospital, or you can just draw a picture of you washing your hands. There's lots of pictures you can draw. These people have been working very long hours. They're at the hospital a long time helping people that are sick and need their help. And I just figured a letter from one of us might put a smile on their face. So I'm going to color in my hands. Now, this is one you really can't send in an email, so in a minute I'll show you. There's my water going over my hands, and I think I'll even draw some bubbles right here, because that's me washing my hands. I got bubbles everywhere. Okay, looking good. My hands are getting all clean. And there's my short picture. Baby Shark singing doot 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 while I wash my hands, and we're saying thank you to the hardworking nurses and doctors. And I just wanted to say that I think this letter writing is going to be good. I hope you do mail this in. I have an address for the local hospital closest to me, but quite frankly, if you just send it to any hospital in the area that you know, you can Google their address. And here's how I addressed mine. Any doctor, any nurse. Because that way, I'm sure once they realize what these letters are, they'll be able to pass them around or leave them in the break room for the doctors and nurses to look at. And I sent mine to Kaiser Hospital, 3460 East La Palma Avenue, Anaheim, California, 92807. But like I said, you could send this to any doctor, any nurse at any hospital. I'm sure they're all working really hard, and this would be a nice break for them. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for writing your letters today. Loud pounding, little pigs, let me come in, bellowed the bear. Not by the hair on our chins, answered the smart third little pig. And off, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, roared the grizzly bear. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he blew until icicles formed on the tip of his nose, and his breath came out in great big clouds. But the igloo was strong. It did not tumble down around the pigs. It didn't even budge. The hungry grizzly bear did not give up. Digging his claws into the ice walls, he started to climb up to the top of the igloo. I'll come in through the smoke hole. He'll come in through the smoke hole, squealed the first little pig. The second little pig covered his eyes, but the third little pig had a plan. He took the barrel of melted snow and pushed it out the door. When the grizzly bear reached the top of the igloo, he looked down and saw the third little pig standing outside. This was his chance. He jumped down and slid down the icy wall and landed right in the barrel of water. As the grizzly tried to get out of the barrel, the cold, cold air froze his wet fur solid. Then the three little pigs loaded the bear onto their dog sled and pushed and pulled him back to his cave where he belonged. And he would not thaw out for a very long time. Oh my, that's a truly new ending to the Three Little Pigs. I've never seen the bear frozen into a giant block of ice. This is getting kind of interesting. I can't wait to see what our story's like tomorrow. Well, now it's time for us to practice our number of the month, which is number 7. Now, today I went around and I looked for some toys and I found some interesting ones. We're going to see if I found 7 of each. We're going to start with these Minecraft figures. I got these for my son a couple years ago for Christmas. Let's see if I have all 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 Minecraft toys. I wonder, I picked a toy for me. This would be my kind of toy. I picked up some paints. And Mom and Dad, if you have some paints, we're probably going to be painting later in the week. So if you don't, see if you can get out and get some. All right, let's see if I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. My challenge to you is for you to go around and find 7 toys that you own and practice counting to the number 7 with your family. We also have to practice writing it, but I wanted to do something fun today. So, Mom, older sister, if you've got some nail polish that you no longer use, I figured why not? We're home from school, let's use something we don't normally use, and let's see if we can write the number 7 with nail polish. Alright, so I'm going to start with pink. Remember, our line across the top has to be shorter than the line that goes diagonal. Oh, that didn't turn out too bad. That's a pretty nice 7. I think I'll try another color. I've got green. I haven't really tried this before. It's a little smelly, but definitely something different for the kids to try. And it's all about keeping them interested and entertained. I might need a second coat for this one. 1 and 2. This is one, guys, where you may have to lift your paintbrush or your nail polish brush just because you need to get more paint. I chose a really cool orange one. I don't wear this one too often, so let's see how this one goes. Ooh, this one's got glitter in it. And diagonal, make sure that they end at about the same spot. Okay, you want the leg to be longer than the top. Let me try, I got blue. So, see how many different colors of nail polish you have that you don't use. If you honestly, truly don't have any nail polish, maybe just some paint. Let's see, I think I've got a gray here. That should be an interesting color. Ooh, that one came out nice and dark. I'm liking that one. And I even have the color white. I don't know if this one's going to work, but I'm tempted. Let's see if you guys can see. Well, you kind of can. Let's see if you guys can see my number 7 done in white. Oh, we practiced writing number 7 today, and we did it with something unique. Alright, so today we're going to try and get some movement. This isn't a whole lot of movement, but this is really good for hand-eye coordination. We're going to have the kids and you practice throwing. Now, I went around the house and tried to think of some small objects I could throw that had a little bit of weight to them, and I came up with 2 different kinds of candies. Legos will work really well. Mine are just all up in the attic. Anything you can find that you have equal amounts. So there's 20 red candies and 20 peppermint candies, and we're going to have one kid go against the other, or one kid go against you, or if you have only one child at home and you don't want to play, then you can have the child try it twice with different kinds of candies and see if their aim gets better. Simple game. We're each going to take what's in our baskets only and try to throw them across the room to another bucket. I used a laundry basket. You want it big enough so that the kids can actually get in it. And if you're too close to the basket, by all means, you can leave your kid where you've put them, make yours a little harder and step back. Or if you started too far, you can move everybody forward a little bit. You want some success, but this is really just for practice with their tossing, their coordination. You got older kids and they're doing it too. Well, tell them they can stand where the preschoolers stand, but they have to throw with one foot in the air. Or they have to throw overhand instead of underhand. You can change it any way you want to make it a little fairer for the preschooler. All right, now preschoolers, you have 20 candies or 20 whatever mom gets you. Let's see how many you can get into your bucket across the room. Miss Mary's going to try right now. Here I go. Oh, got the first one in. Oh, I'm not doing too bad. I got 2 in a row. Well, almost dropped that one. It almost went out the back. Oh, darn it. Missed one. That's okay. I'm just going to keep throwing and see how many I get in. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Oh, missed a couple there. That's okay. Don't get upset if you missed them. You can always try again. Practice makes it easier. Oh, that one almost bounced off. Oh, that one was really a bad throw. That fell halfway there. Oh, that one went too far. Oh, I think I just threw my last 3 all at the same time. Now I'm going to come over and we're going to let the other person go, but since it's just me playing, I'm going to come over and see how many I got in. Great practicing, counting. I'm going to pick them all up and you guys can count with me. I started with 20. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 in. That means I missed 6. Try it again, because the second time you'll do it, you'll probably be better than the first time. And try and make it harder. Step farther away from the bucket, throw differently, maybe take the bucket and go like this and make it smaller towards you. Maybe if you're having a tough time, you can make it against something so it's easier to throw into. And think of different things you can do this race with. I'd love to see how you and your brothers and sisters do with this kind of race. Well, it's time for the last part of the day, which is the website of the day. Yesterday, I talked to you about some great YouTube ideas, songs that we sing in the classroom. I hope you're singing these at home and you got your Macarena going. You know Miss Mary always messes it up, so I'm going to be practicing. And that was our website of the day yesterday. Now on here I mentioned that there are GoNoodle songs on YouTube. But I do believe you can go to GoNoodle.com. That's today's website. GoNoodle.com, and you and mom, older brother, older sister, grandma, grandpa, who's ever home with you, you can teach them your favorite GoNoodle songs. So today our website is GoNoodle.com. See you tomorrow.